Hey everyone, we're going to get started here shortly. Just let everyone getting in. Most of you guys know the drill, but if you can just keep yourselves on mute so we can eliminate as much background sound as possible. We're going to get started here shortly. Okay. Perfect. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being with us here virtually today on this beautiful Monday morning. We're super excited. This class is going to be pretty much all about chemical peels, but you're going to learn a little bit about all of the Shira lines, specifically organic, photoderm, the Shir-Radiance. So you're just going to get a little touch on all of that. But specifically going to be on the Shira Power Peel that all you guys received in your kits. My name is Julia. This is my mom,
My name
Kelly.
is Kelly. We own California Skincare Supply together. As you know, we are wholesale skincare distributors. We currently distribute over 40 professional skincare equipment and wax brands. And we do have classes every Monday. You guys are very lucky because in your kit, you got a little bit of most of the Shira brands. So I made an executive decision this morning, and I put not only Shir-Radiance on sale for our class attendees, but I put Shear Organic, Shear Photoderm, and Shear Chamomile as well. So there's 4 brands. They're all on sale. Just use that coupon code that we set up for you, which was PEEL, all in capitals, to save 10% on all 4 of those brands.
And that's good till Friday, correct?
That's good till Friday.
Yep.
So you have time to call us with any questions, view your brochures. We're going to let this person in real quick.
Okay, perfect.
And today we have Jordana with us. She is the national educator for Shira. And we're so excited to have her. She's lovely and she is very knowledgeable on all of the brands. So we're going to turn it over to Jordana and get going.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. For those of you, this is your first class with me. I've been the national educator for Shira for, I think, 6 years. We've been working with California Skincare Supply, I think for like 5 years now. So you guys are really great. I'm really excited to go over this peel class and get everybody certified for our chemical peels. It's peel season, so really important. So I'll just go ahead and get started right away. So what is, can you see my presentation, by the way? Just want to make sure. It's all good. Okay. So what is a chemical peel? So as I'm sure all of you know, it is a type of exfoliation treatment where a chemical solution is applied to the skin to remove its top layers. So our peels at Shira, they work more superficially. They don't go down to the dermis. They're more gentle peels. They can improve the skin's appearance, improve the skin's texture. It is a corrective targeted treatment, usually for specific skin concerns, but you can, treat a client if they wanted to have a chemical peel to really to enhance the skin. But for treating things like hyperpigmentation, wrinkles, fine lines, you really need a more targeted treatment than doing a basic facial. So that's what a chemical peel does. It helps to treat that area of concern faster. So there's different types of chemical peels. We have alpha hydroxy acid chemical peels. This is probably the most popular. The peel typically derives from sugarcane or fruit and plant acids. So you have glycolic, you have lactic, mandelic, citric acid peels, things like that. So it removes the upper layers of dead or damaged skin. It encourages cell regeneration and it increases collagen production, which is why it's really good for wrinkles, fine lines, firming, and also for acne scarring, because glycolic acid is, for example, one of the strongest alpha hydroxy acid peels. So that's able to treat acne scarring. So I love glycolic acid. It is derived from sugarcane. It is the strongest of the acids out of the alpha hydroxy acid. That's because it has the smallest molecules compared to all of them, like mandelic and lactic acid. Out of all those alpha hydroxy acids, glycolic acid has the smallest molecule. So it's able to penetrate into the deepest of the skin, providing the strongest exfoliation. Glycolic acid is really beneficial for clients with hyperpigmentation and signs of aging like wrinkles, fine lines, but for hyperpigmentation and melasma and things like that, it's really great to use glycolic acid and acne scarring. So acne scarring after the client has been treated for acne, for like that deep pitted acne scarring and the post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, glycolic acid is also really, really beneficial. But glycolic acid is not really suitable for clients with very sensitive skin or rosacea. You would use a different peel. So there's also lactic acid, which is another alpha hydroxy acid. This has like the most, like the medium-sized molecule. So it's a little bit more milder than the glycolic acid. It also treats, it removes the dead skin from the top layers, the more superficial layers of the skin. It's great for hyperpigmentation for clients that are more sensitive, but it also helps to increase hydration in the skin. It also helps to reduce pore size as well. So I really love lactic acid because it is more gentle and you can treat a lot of different clients with it. It improves skin tone and texture, and it is more suitable for clients with more sensitive skin and drier skin. Then we have mandelic acid. This is the most gentle alpha hydroxy acid. It is derived from almonds. Lactic acid, by the way, is mostly derived from like milk products, yogurt, things like that. But mandelic acid is derived from almonds. So if someone has a nut allergy, you shouldn't really use mandelic acid. So if you have your consultation form, just make sure they list their allergies when you're doing the chemical peel. But it is a very gentle alpha hydroxy acid, and the reason is because it has a very large molecule, and what it does, it sits very superficially on the surface of the skin and it exfoliates the surface for longer periods of time versus going into the deeper layers of the skin and like loosening the bonds and like exfoliating that way. So it does sit more on the surface of the skin, but it exfoliates longer. So it is really good for hyperpigmentation and also the post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. It's also really good for acne, and it's really great for darker skin types. For clients that have a Fitzpatrick skin type of even 4 or higher, you can't use glycolic acid, or you have to be careful. So mandelic acid is really beneficial for clients with darker skin. And it's also really good for clients with sensitive skin. And you can actually perform a mandelic acid peel or use products containing mandelic acid on clients with rosacea. Then we also have the BHA chemical peels, which is your beta hydroxy acid. There are a few different types, but the main one is your salicylic acid. But these peels are more for acne-prone skin because the molecule is able to go inside of the pores to remove all the dirt and debris and acne-causing bacteria. But it does exfoliate the top layers of the skin to increase cell regeneration and smooth the texture. And it is a lipid soluble peel, which is why it's able to go into the pores to remove like all the dirt and debris and bacteria. So your salicylic acid is going to be more for your acne prone skin clients. It's typically derived from willow bark. Again, great for acne prone skin, clients with large pores, clients that, have a lot of blackheads and other types of acne breakouts. But it's important to not do a peel on active acne because it can frost or just cause irritation. Salicylic acid also has anti-inflammatory properties, and it can reduce inflamed acne, and it's also really good for acne scarring. So I'll just go over our peels that we have for Shira. We have many different types of peels. The first one is the Shir-Radiance Power Peel 30 and 40%. These are a mix of glycolic and salicylic acid. Both of the peels have a pH of 2.5, but your 40% will be stronger than your 30%. This is really good for anti-aging, really good for acne. Because of the mix of the glycolic and salicylic acid, it's also really good for acne scarring. Typically for all of the peels, you'll leave it on the skin for up to 5 minutes and then neutralize it with baking soda and water. For our Shira peels, we don't have like a product that's a neutralizer. We always recommend just using baking soda and water because it makes the treatment more cost effective and it neutralizes the peel faster. So the Pro Peel 30-40%, again, just really good for smoothing fine lines and wrinkles, really good for large pores, for acne and acne scarring, and hyperpigmentation. Then we have our Power Peel, which we're going over today with a protocol. But this is a peel that combines 4 different acids. It has glycolic, salicylic, lactic, and mandelic acid, which is really nice because all 4 of the acids are going into different layers of the skin. So you have glycolic acid that's going in the deepest. Then you have your lactic acid, that's like the medium depth peel. Then you have your mandelic that's sitting more superficially on the surface. And then you have the salicylic acid that's going into the pores. So overall, this peel can treat many different concerns and it can be used on a lot of different skin types. All of the acids together equal like a 30% peel, and the pH is a 2.5. So you want to neutralize it again with your baking soda and water. Then we have a couple of self-neutralizing peels. Our Pro Peel 15% is a self-neutralizing peel. It contains glycolic and salicylic acid. It could be used kind of like a beginner peel, you know, if someone's never had a peel before and they want to try, you know, a deeper exfoliation than just our AHA scrub, for example. It is a good treatment to have. So you don't need to neutralize it with your baking soda and water. You can leave it even under the steam for 5 minutes and then just go on to extractions if needed, or you can go on to your mask. This peel is really good for acne clients, again, that need a stronger exfoliation. And what's nice about this peel is you could combine it with other treatments. I know some clients like to combine it with either like dermaplaning, microdermabrasion, different treatments that allow double exfoliation because it is self-neutralizing. So it's a really nice peel to have, especially for acne. Then we have our Shir-Radiance Mandelic 15%, which is also a self-neutralizing peel. This one is really popular with estheticians as well. And I really love this one because you can use it on darker skin types. Really any skin type can use it, you know, sensitive skin, acne, clients that have dry skin, really good for anti-aging and melasma and hyperpigmentation. So this one is also really good as like a beginner peel, you know, if someone's never had a peel before. You can also combine it with dermaplaning. This one's really popular because it is more gentle than the Pro Peel 15. So you can definitely combine it with dermaplaning, microderm, things of that nature, to just enhance the results of the treatment. So this is a really, really nice peel to have. It's one of my favorites and it is really popular among the estheticians. Then we have our Oasis 30 and 40%. This was our original line of peels. So this is only glycolic acid. So if you just want a straight glycolic acid peel, the Oasis is your line. And I really, really love using glycolic acid, especially for more mature clients that have like deep wrinkles and like deep hyperpigmentation. I find that the Oasis 30 and 40% are really effective. So they both have a pH of 2.5. So again, you want to neutralize it with baking soda and water after your 5 minutes. It gets really, really, really nice results. We also have another self-neutralizing peel in our Oasis line. It's our 10% Oasis. It's also glycolic acid. You can use this as a self-neutralizing peel or you can combine it with other treatments. It's also offered for home care. This is really good for clients with milia that have concerns about milia on the skin. Glycolic acid helps to treat milia and it's more gentle than doing the Oasis 30 and 40 if they never had a peel before. Also really good for hyperpigmentation. Also really good for acne scarring as well. But this you'll leave on under the steam for 5 minutes and then just go on to extractions or your mask. Then if you want an organic chemical peel, we have our Shear Organic Pure Pumpkin Enzyme Exfoliant. I personally really love this one. I think this is probably my favorite peel. I love this one because I love pumpkin and I like organic products as well. But this one also really gives a nice result for your treatment. Even though it's an organic peel, it still gives really, really nice results. This one's really good for a lot of different skin concerns, really good for hyperpigmentation, for acne, fine lines and wrinkles, and like overall brightening and dullness of the skin. This one is really good for clients with like dull looking skin. You don't need to neutralize it. You can just remove it with baking soda and water, and then you'll use your green algae soothing gel, which we have in our other peel for today. And then just use a calming mask. But this one gives really, really nice results, but clients will look red when you have it on. If any of you have used pumpkin before, you know that the skin will get really red. So I try to avoid this peel also for more sensitive skin clients. I really just use it for acne and like mature skin that has like a thicker texture. But it gives really nice results. All of the peels, you can do a series of treatments, including the pumpkin peel. So I usually recommend clients coming in for peels every depends on the skin type, but between 2 to 4 weeks, every 2 to 4 weeks, 4 to 5 sessions, especially to treat hyperpigmentation or scarring. It's really important to come as often as possible. So our peels have pretty much similar setup for the room. So you'll need your peel prep. This, we like to use the salicylic acid or something to degrease the skin. You don't want to use like an oil-based cleanser, something that'll really just remove all of the oils from the skin. You need your baking soda, of course, in a medium-sized bowl, which we'll use today to mix the neutralizer. I like to use a small glass bowl for the peel. You'll need gloves, to perform the peel so it doesn't get on your hands. You can use either a fan brush if you have large swabs or a 2x2 aesthetic wipe. And you'll need cotton and other large aesthetic wipes you can use for the neutralizer, or you can use towels. I sometimes recommend Aquaphor or an emollient-based cream to put on the mucous membranes before performing the peel. And then you'll need eye covers for the client. Your client also needs to do some preparations before the peel. So they need to discontinue retinol products. They shouldn't use any alpha hydroxy acid or beta hydroxy acid products, no benzoyl peroxide or any medication for at least 72 hours before the treatment. And you'll know if they use those types of products before, because they will frost or get like really irritated during the peel. No waxing at least 72 hours before the treatment. You shouldn't have active sunburn. Some clients have asked me if they, their client comes in with sunburn. For some reason, they want a chemical peel, but no, you can't do a chemical peel with client with sunburn. And they have to sign a consent form with before you do the chemical peel. Here's just some short protocols. Pretty much they're all the same. So with the Oasis and Shir-Radiance Pro Peels, we typically recommend either using a Shear Organic Cleanser. I like to use the Eucalyptus. The Shir-Radiance Deep Foaming Cleanser is a really nice peel cleanser as well, because it is exfoliating, but it's gentle at the same time. You can also use the Botoderm Polishing Cleanser, which does have alpha hydroxy acids in the cleanser, so it's really going to decrease the skin and just enhance the result of the peel. Sometimes with clients, and this is optional, if they have very thick skin, especially with clients that used to have acne, and they have like a lot of scarring, like scar buildup, you can exfoliate very lightly with either the Solar Energy Face and Body Scrub or the HA Treatment Scrub to enhance the result of the peel. But again, it's optional, and it's more for like clients with really thick skin texture. I do steam before the peel, only during cleansing and toning and like degreasing the skin, but I turn it off before I perform the peel. So for your degreaser, you can use your salicylic toner. If you don't have the salicylic toner, you can make a degreaser with like witch hazel. But I highly recommend our salicylic toner because it just enhances the result of the peel also. You can apply an emollient or like Aquaphor on the mucous membranes on the skin. So that's usually around the nose and the sides of the mouth and between the eyes. So you'll apply your Pro Peel, your peel of choice. So either the Oasis 30, 40, the Pro Peel 40 or 30, or the Power Peel. If it's your first time seeing this client, I usually will go with the more gentle peel. You can totally do the Mandelic 15 or the Pro Peel, but if they're like really adamant about doing a stronger peel, I would either do the Oasis 30 or the Pro Peel 30. The Pro Peel 30 is still a little bit more gentle than the Oasis 30. And then if they've had a few treatments, you can do the 40%, or you can work their way up to the 40%. But it's pretty much all of them, the same protocol. You leave it on up to 5 minutes. So you don't need to leave it on the full 5, especially if they got really sensitive or irritated during the peel. Usually after like 1 to 2 minutes, I ask how the client is doing. So if they tell me on a scale 1 through 10, if they're at like a 5 or 6, I try to leave the peel, 5 or 6, 3 or 4. Oh, wait. Sorry, if they're on a scale 1 through 10, if they're at a 5 or 6, I leave on the peel. Sorry, I got confused about the timing. So if they're at a 5 or 6, I try to keep it on. You can use a fan or a magazine to like fan the skin. But if they're at like a 7 or 8, I do neutralize it, especially if it is their first time getting the peel. But I try to neutralize it if they're at like a 7 or 8. And you still get a good result even if it's 2 or 3 minutes on the skin. And then you can work their way up to keep the skin, keep on the peel longer. Which is, that's how like a really beneficial way to work their skin, to do the full 5. And then you'll neutralize it with your baking soda and water. Again, clients with thicker skin, sometimes I leave it on for 7 minutes. It really depends, like if they have a lot of thick scarring buildup. If they're like really thick texture skin, you can leave it on for 7 minutes, but not longer than that. And then just neutralize it with the baking soda and water. So I always prep the peel, the neutralizer, before I start doing any of the steps. So I know that the neutralizer is ready. If you see any areas of frosting or irritation from the skin, especially clients that have used retinol the day before and they didn't tell you, you want to neutralize it right away. So it won't end up, peeling really badly or scarring. Then after you neutralize it, I usually do the green algae soothing gel, do a calming toner and a calming mask. I never do a really strong mask. Even if you're training an acne client, I typically recommend the chamomile Azalean soothing mask or the omega-3 nourishing mask, just because those are really calming for the skin. And it's really important to heal the skin after a peel, because you have a lot of transepidermal water loss and irritation. As an add-on, you can do the Seaweed Aloe Vera Algae Mask, which is our peel-off mask. It's a powder mask that you mix with a gel, and that really helps to calm the skin with seaweed and vitamin B. You can actually apply it over any mask that you use underneath it. So you can apply it over the chamomile soothing mask, and that'll help to soothe any irritation or redness. I usually recommend the hyaluronic acid serum after the peel. It's really good to do the hyaluronic acid because of the transepidermal water loss. So that'll help heal the skin and keep it hydrated after the treatment. And then you can apply a Shira moisturizer of choice. I like to use the Ester Collagen moisturizer because it does have sunscreen. But if you wanted to use, let's say, an organic moisturizer at the end, just make sure you apply an SPF 30 over it at the end. The pumpkin protocol is similar with the cleansing and the toning and the degreasing. Pretty much the only difference is that you don't need to use baking soda and water to neutralize it. You can just use a lot of cold water, but you still want to use the green algae soothing gel and like a calming toner and a calming mask. Okay, any questions about the peels I went over?
Will we be able to get a copy of your recording?
Yeah, so I'm going to send the recording to Kelly, and then she'll be able to send it to you.
Hi, Jordana. Yes, and we have recorded this class, so we'll send the recording to everybody. But we did have one question. I know there's no aloe in the Power Peel. I did see aloe as an ingredient in some of the other peels. Which peels exactly have aloe?
So the Oasis 30 and 40 and the Pro Peel 30 and 40 have a mix of aloe.
Okay.
But yeah, the Power Peel doesn't.
Okay.
But still, the Oasis 40 is still the strongest peel out of all of the peels, even though it's cut with aloe.
Okay. And then we have a question. Are we using 2 teaspoons baking soda in the bowl of water?
Yeah, so I usually mix, I just put 1 teaspoon of baking soda typically in like a big medium size bowl of cold water, never hot water. It has to be cold water. And I put like a few towels or cotton rounds in there. And also when you are about to neutralize the peel, just remind your client that they may feel an enhanced sensation of tingling or burning because the peel is neutralizing quickly. So just remind your client that before you neutralize it.
Yes, the pH of the skin is going to rapidly go up. Okay, and then what peel do you recommend for skin with rosacea? Obviously the Mandelic. Is there any others?
The Mandelic would be the best option. You can also do the pineapple enzyme peel, which is also offered in retail and professional, but that would also be a really nice choice to do the pineapple enzyme from the organic line.
Okay, perfect. Is there any other questions? Okay, I think we're caught up.
Okay, so I'm gonna actually show you how I make my neutralizer. So here's the bowl that I have. It's like a medium-sized bowl. I just fill it, with regular tap water, cold water, remember, never hot. And again, just make sure that you really prep the neutralizer in the beginning of the treatment, just so you know that you've had it prepared. I'm just going to wing my baking soda. You can do the teaspoon, but I know by eye already how much it is. And then you want to mix it around. So I have my spatula and I mix the neutralizer just so the baking soda and water mix together. And then I'm going to use towels, but you can use cotton wipes or aesthetic wipes. I just put 1 or 2 towels in there.
Okay, Jordana, are we moving forward right now with
Yeah,
giving
sorry.
ourselves the treatment?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. All right. So everybody make sure that you're following along with Jordana and get your baking soda and water ready. And then you have all of the products in samples that we sent you. And you also have your full-size power peel. So get those all ready for the treatment. This will be exciting.
All right, so yeah, so for the treatment, we have the Eucalyptus Cleanser, the green algae gel. This is a really important product to have. If you're doing any peel, like if you're purchasing any peel, definitely you need the green algae soothing gel. And my brightening serum, the power peel.
Should we take the PowerPoint down and make it full screen?
Oh yeah, sure. But after this, the treatment, I'll go on to doing the contraindications and things like that for post-treatment.
Okay.
You know what, actually, I could keep it on because I'm going to go through the steps if you want to read it along. Okay. Okay, should I start? Okay, so here's the Eucalyptus Cleanser. This one is really good before the peel. I know it says normal to oily skin, but you really want to degrease the skin before the peel. So the eucalyptus will help to remove all the oils and dirt and debris. And it's also gentle. So I'm just going to use 1 pump.
And everyone, this is the retail size. So it comes in a 6.8 ounce size for retail. And then it also comes in a professional 16 ounce size for the back bar.
This one I really like to foam up with water. So just add water to your hands, make it foam up really nicely. Also, as a reminder, when you're doing it on a client, you can steam, but only steam through the cleansing. And then you would turn it off before you do the peel.
Quick question, the towel is saturated with cold water, not hot, right?
Yeah, so I mean, when you're cleansing, you can use a regular towel, steam towel, or your cotton wipes with like the warm water. But when you're neutralizing the peel and you made your neutralizer, never use hot water in there, only use cold water. And you want to make sure that the skin is completely dry after you're doing your cleansing. You would usually use the peel prep, which will dry the skin and everything. But today for the treatment, you want to make sure that the skin is completely dry. And you can see that it really got rid of all the oils. My skin is like really taut. Okay. So you want to make the neutralizer again. I went a little bit ahead, but I have my medium-sized bowl mixed with the teaspoon of baking soda with cold water, and I have a few towels in here. I like to have a few just in case, just so I make sure that the peel will be completely neutralized. So I typically do between 1 to 3 towels in there. If you're using wipes, you can use a few of the aesthetic wipes in there. Just make sure that they're completely soaked. And then for the peel, I'm using this small glass bowl, but really any, smaller bowl will work. Here's the Power Peel here. It is smaller in size than the Pro Peel 30 and 40%. Between the Pro Peel 30 Power Peel and the Pro Peel 40, your Pro Peel 30 will be the most gentle compared to all the three. Then the Power Peel is like your medium strength peel, and then the Pro Peel 40 will be the strongest. So you just want to dispense 1 pump. I like to shake it up before I pump it out. I'm going to do 1 pump for myself, but you can do 1 to 2 pumps. I'm using a brush like this. You can use a fan brush. You can use cotton swabs, the 2x2 aesthetic wipes. Just make sure you're using gloves when you're performing it on a client. And again, you can use Aquaphor or a really thick cream. If you want to use one of the Shira products, you can use the Advanced Collagen Treatment Cream on the mucous membrane, so it'll prevent the peel from going in the area. So you can put it in between the eyes right here where the tear ducts are, on the mouth and on the nose. And you want to cover your client's eyes. You can like soak cotton rounds and put them over your client's eyes, or people have like those, I don't know what they're called, but like they're for the tanning salon. You can use those too. Is everybody ready for the peel? Okay. First, you want to do a test patch for every client. Even if it's a client that you've seen many times, maybe you've done a peel to them like 3 weeks before, I still do a test patch because sometimes your skin can be different one time that you're doing the peel. So always do a test patch first. So I'm just going to do a small test patch. Oh, wait, sorry, before we begin, you want to set up a timer. So I'm going to use my phone for the timer. Just make sure it's at 5 minutes. So for the test patch, I don't do a timer. I just see like how quickly the redness will appear on the skin. So I'm just going to do a small test patch here on the jawline. And you'll see for like a few seconds if, you know, the client says it's like really tingling or the skin looks already red. It's not. So I'm going to start my timer now. And then I start applying it all over the skin. And I just do a very thin layer. I'm a little bit more sensitive, so I just do one layer on my skin. And I already feel it, so. So usually it takes about 30 seconds to apply it all over the skin. So now I'm gonna wait about until it's 2 minutes. Depending on yourselves right now, if you feel like you can apply another layer after the 2 minutes, you can definitely apply another layer, and you can do that for the client also. But on a scale 1 through 10 on yourselves, if you're at more than a 5 or 6, then I would just leave on the one layer. I feel my peel working on my skin right now. It feels like really tingly. I can't really tell on the camera, but I'm probably getting a little red. And it's important to start the timer as you're applying it. I don't like to start it after I'm done applying the first layer, because that'll make the peel sit on the skin for too long. So definitely start your timer as you're starting to apply it on the skin. And you can fan yourself, and you can fan the client as well. And that'll help to keep the peel on longer and to keep the client more comfortable as well. I always realize how long a minute is when I'm doing the peel. So it's about 2 minutes. So on yourself, if you feel like you can add another layer, you can definitely add another layer to enhance the treatment. But for me right now, I'm very, you know, I feel a lot of tingling. Like on a scale 1 through 10, I'm maybe at like a 6. So I'm just going to leave on the one layer, but I am going to keep it on myself the full 5 minutes. But if by now your client is very red or has some frosting or just feels, you know, they feel really irritated, they want to take off the peel, the 2 minutes, your clients will still get a really nice result from the peel. And you can add on this peel to any treatment. You can do an express just like series of peels. Should take about 30 minutes, but you can add on any of the peels to any facial, any basic facial for your client. You'll just probably have to switch up the mask to use a calming mask instead of like the red lava or cherry clay or something like that. But you can add on any peel to any treatment. I'm just getting my neutralizer ready. And never leave the room for the client, you know, when you have the peel on. That's really important. Never leave the room when the client has the peel on. All right, so there's about a minute left. My skin has not increased in sensitivity. It feels like the same, I guess, strength of like tingling or the same feeling of tingling. It didn't increase, but I can definitely feel it working, especially like around here. If your client had an open breakout, also don't go over that area with the peel. You can avoid that area. All right, there's about 30 seconds and then we're going to neutralize the peel. So I already took my towel out just, you know, so I know that it's ready. All right, so I'm gonna start neutralizing myself. So I'm just gonna pat the skin. When you're neutralizing on your client, what I like to do is similar to how I do a steam towel, I cover the face with the towel and then I pat the skin. I never wipe it like that. It's gonna be too irritating. So you'll just wanna pat the skin until it's completely neutralized. And now that I neutralize it, I do feel like an increase of tingling and sensitivity just because my pH now is going back. But just continue to tap it. I'm going to use another towel with my baking soda and water. It's also really important to get over here when you're neutralizing. Sometimes when the client is laying down on the bed, you don't see it, but sometimes the peel can go drip down the neck. So just make sure that the neck is also being neutralized. And usually after the second towel, now my skin feels not as active. The client may look a little like red or flushed, which is normal for a peel. But if your client is really, really red, you just want to put the green algae soothing gel on right away. But every client's going to get the green algae soothing gel. Again, the green algae soothing gel with any peel, they go hand in hand. I'm also just going to use regular water. So if your client still feels slight tingling, you can use regular water with your cotton rounds or wipes or towel and just wipe the skin normally. Okay. So after you neutralize the peel, typically I would use like a calming toner. The Chamomile Azalean toner is a really good option for all skin types after a peel, or you can use the hydrating and toning mist. Any calming toner, really. We have a new botanical calming toner. That one's really nice too. But now I'm going to use right away the green algae soothing gel. I had it over here. Oh, here we go. It was hiding from me. So here's the green algae soothing gel. This is the professional size. This one, along with peels, goes in conjunction with a lot of treatments, like any treatment where the client, you're expecting redness or irritation, even microderm or microneedling or any advanced treatment. I really like to use the green algae soothing gel. It's very good for all skin types. It's really good after waxing as well. There's really nice ingredients in here. There's arnica, which is really good for swelling. The algae, which is really good for soothing. It has mushroom extract, really good for healing. So overall, this is one of my favorite products, especially for estheticians. And it will feel cold. So just remind your client that you're going to apply the green algae soothing gel and it'll feel slightly colder than usual. You can put it also in the refrigerator. If you have a refrigerator in your treatment room or in your office or your clinic, just to enhance the result of the green algae soothing gel. So to calm the skin, I leave it on the skin kind of like a mask for about 1 to 2 minutes. Let it just like calm the skin, and you'll see that the skin will look less red and the client will feel less irritated. So just leave it so the skin can calm down on its own after 2 minutes. Then you can actually massage it into the skin. You don't have to remove it. And the peel already took a lot of moisture off from the skin because of its exfoliating. So it should sink into the skin fairly quickly, but just massage it in after 1 to 2 minutes. And it feels really nice on my skin right now because my skin was like really irritated before, but it feels like really calming and really good. All right, so I'm just gonna massage the rest into my skin. It went in pretty quickly and my skin feels really, really good right now. And then right over it, we're going to apply the Chamomile Azalean Soothing Mask. I'm also using the samples for today. The Chamomile Soothing Mask is really good for all skin types, especially clients, again, that have redness, sensitive skin, after any advanced treatment to really calm the skin down. You can use the Chamomile Azalean mask for all skin types. You also want to apply just a very thin layer of the mask. You should see the skin still underneath the mask, so you don't need to pile it on. And it dries, you know, pretty creamy, feels really good on the skin, especially after your peel. I use about like a quarter size amount for the whole face, and then I put it on the neck as well. The Chamomile line is one of our original product lines from Shira, and it's really good for all skin types. So if you're doing even a basic facial, you're not sure of the client's skin type, you can always just do the Chamomile Azalean products, and it'll get the client really good results too for, you know, hydration, sensitive skin, rosacea. I use the chamomile cleanser in the wintertime because it's really dry. My skin gets really dry in the winter, so I like using the Chamomile Azalean products. You may even see that the mask will disappear, penetrate into the skin. Again, that's because of the transepidermal water loss. Your skin, like, it's trying to lock any moisture that it can into the skin. There is hyaluronic acid in the mask, so it's just really hydrating. So we'll leave the mask on for a few minutes. In the meantime, while we have the mask on, I'll go over some of the other contraindications and things like that for the peel. So there is a couple of things that the client should do post-treatment, and this is for all the peels, including the pumpkin one, the pumpkin enzyme exfoliant. So you must stay out of the sun. Always apply, the client needs to apply an SPF 30 or higher. We have a new peptide sun care serum, which is SPF 30. It's a mineral only sunscreen, and it is a texture of a serum, so it makes it lightweight. You can use it for any skin type after a moisturizer, and that'll protect the skin. And the client should, you know, if they're going on vacation or something, they can't do the peel, or they should do, like, I wouldn't recommend doing a peel, but at least 7 days before they should not, like, or after, should not be in the sun at all. I also sometimes recommend wearing a hat, depends where you live. Like if you're in Florida or in California, I also like to recommend wearing a hat, especially after the peel, even with the sunscreen. Your client may see flaking 3 to 5 days after the treatment. Typically, like on areas where they're sensitive, I always flake on my nose and like my cheek area. But it's not going to be a lot of downtime where the client can't go outside. It's just going to be slight flaking that they can help with moisturizing products like the hyaluronic acid or advanced collagen treatment cream, or just a really hydrating regimen. I typically, after a treatment, I like to recommend the hyaluronic acid, the advanced collagen treatment cream, the Ester collagen moisturizer, and the advanced therapeutic moisturizer if the client's oily. And they can use that to heal the skin at least 1 week after the treatment. And that'll help with the transepidermal water loss and help to maintain the results of the peel, but also just keep it, you know, healed and hydrated. This was using the hydrating healing serum. So definitely for post-treatment kit, you can offer the Shir-Radiance moisturizers again, the Ester collagen, advanced therapeutic if they're oily, and the hyaluronic acid for sure. They should discontinue retinols, the alpha hydroxy acids, benzoyl peroxide, hydroquinone, like any really strong ingredient. They should discontinue those products 1 week after the treatment. So no exfoliating for at least 1 week after the treatment. So let's say your client is coming every 3 weeks apart for the series of treatments. They can do the peel, let's say the power peel. For week 1, they can do the hyaluronic acid with the Shir-Radiance moisturizer for their skin type. Then on week 2, they can continue like just once that week to do the alpha hydroxy products or a scrub or a retinol product, and then stop they shouldn't use it 3 days before the treatment. So that's what I recommend. No waxing for 1 week after the treatment on the facial area. And again, just schedule a series of treatments. Your client may see an improvement after 1 treatment for an overall like healthy skin tone and brightening, things like that. But to really treat hyperpigmentation or acne scarring or acne, anything like that, they really need to come for a series every, I would say 2 to 4 weeks apart, depending. So I say 2 weeks because if your client has melasma, that's a little harder to treat and they should come more often if possible. You can just treat that area of the melasma. And that'll really help to lift the hyperpigmentation. But for any other treatment, they should come in every 3 to 4 weeks apart. 4 to 5 sessions is typically what I recommend. There is some contraindications as well for a peel, which is why you should do a consultation form and have your consent form. So pregnancy and also breastfeeding. Again, clients with melasma, they want to treat the skin right away, even during breastfeeding, but you can't. You have to wait until after they're done breastfeeding to treat that area of concern. Clients with eczema, psoriasis, and some rosacea, I don't do any of the peels. You can do the Mandelic 15%. Or you can do the pineapple enzyme if you want an organic option, but the Mandelic 15% really gives a nice result for clients with more sensitive skin. Don't treat any areas that have open breakouts. This will cause the area to frost or just to be really irritated. Any active infections, like if a client has a cold sore, when you apply the peel, it could actually make it worse. So, and it's not safe for you. So no active infections. And again, no active sunburn. I used to have clients that will come in for vacation and they have like a dark spot from tanning, but they're still sunburned and they want to treat the skin. So you can't have active sunburn.
Jordana, we do have a couple questions.
Sure.
Monica would like to know, which peel do you recommend for a customer who really wants to peel?
I would do the Oasis 40%.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Currently that product is out of stock on our website, but it will be here in about a week. So if you're interested in that peel, when you place your order, just put it in the comments and we will apply the discount and send it freight free when it comes in. We do have another question. In which stage of acne we should do, I mean, when it's not post-acne, it is severe stage, can we do this peel? The power peel, I believe she's talking about.
It's just with acne could be very like irritated for the skin. I wouldn't.
Yes.
I know a lot of clients, they actually do the Pro Peel 15% on active acne and it works really well.
Okay, perfect. Any other questions? This mask feels lovely.
My skin was really like tingly before,
Like
but now it
soaking up,
feels,
yeah.
This mask in general is really nice, like for any facial. I really like it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll leave it on for a few more minutes. My eyes a little. And also for peels, like season wise, I usually start doing peels. I would recommend late September or early October, but I wouldn't go past April. I know in California sometimes it's different because you know it's sunny all the time, but in New Jersey it's like strict here that we stop in April.
Yes, well, you would still do the Mandelic and the
Yeah.
Pro Peel 15 and
Mhm.
possibly even the Pro Peel 30. I mean, it's really pretty gentle. And then save the stronger peels for the fall and the winter.
Yeah. There are some good products too from Shira that the client can use to maintain the results, like the high potency serum from Glycolic. That's really good to maintain the results for hyperpigmentation. And also the client can use the Mandelic 15% at home once a week, which
Oh,
is
that
really
product
nice
is-
to maintain the results.
Yeah, that product is so popular. I love that
Yeah.
product.
That one is really good for hyperpigmentation and acne. So those are a couple products that I like to recommend to maintain the results. Even the Oasis 10% is really good for wrinkles. And again, clients with milia. I know a lot of clients have that concern too. So maintain the results. The Oasis 10% is really good. Okay, I'm gonna take off my the mask now. So again, after the peel, use more like lukewarm towels. Don't really use the steam towel, even though the client's neutralized and the skin is cooled down. But if you use another steam towel, it can just cause, you know, more irritation for the skin. The skin's very sensitive right now, so just make sure your towel is more lukewarm or room temperature even. And this mask comes off really easily. And you can see the skin will look like a lot brighter, more radiant. After the treatment, like clients like myself, I do stay a little bit red or flushed, probably until nighttime, which is normal, but the next day, the skin will look really nice and healthy. And I typically see flaking after the 3 days. But it's important to tell your client not to pick the flaking skin. Just keep it hydrated with the creams that you're going to recommend. Okay, so you would use a calming toner again. I'm really loving the new Shir-Radiance Select Botanical Calming Toner. That is like one of my favorite toners now. It's super hydrating and really calms down the skin with chamomile and dandelion. Or you can use the chamomile Azalean toner or the hydrating and toning mist. So those are some really nice toners to use during the treatment after you've done the peel. For your serum today, we're going to use a small amount of the Ester C Brightening Serum from Shir-Radiance. This is a great product. This one has hyaluronic acid and it has 10% ester C. And the ester C is suitable for sensitive skin. And it also keeps the skin very hydrated. It helps heal and brighten. So it is a really nice serum to use after a chemical peel. And I usually just use a dime size amount for the whole face and neck area. This is also a really nice serum to maintain results of the treatment as well, especially clients that are a little bit more sensitive skin. Ester C is, again, really nice for sensitive skin because it's the oil soluble version of vitamin C. So the molecules are more stable than L-ascorbic acid.
Jordana, we have a question. I'm assuming she's talking about the power peel, the shelf life of how long will it remain active?
Yeah, so all of the peels have a shelf life of 24 months. Just make sure when you store the peel, make sure it's stored in a cool, dry place and not in like anywhere in the room where your steamer is or the hot towel cabinet. It should just be in a cool, dry place. And always make sure that, you know, it's closed tightly and just shake it up before you use it. The pumpkin enzyme, though, that one has a shelf life of 18 months because of its organic ingredients.
And Jordana, so I just wanted to let everybody know you did not receive the Ester C in the sample kit. It leaks out of those little jars and it was not available in the tubes. So you're fine without it, but you would want to use it in the treatment room.
My skin feels really like cooled right now too. I love that serum. It's really nice. So for your eye cream, we're going to use the Ultra Repair Eye and Neck Cream, which is a really nice product, especially after the peel. It's more hydrating, just more soothing, and just really keeps the eye area like really hydrated and plumped. And you really only need a small amount. I'm using the professional size, which is 8 ounces. You can also do a nice neck massage for the client and go on to the chest area too. There's ceramides, pentavitin. There's a little bit of glycolic acid, so it'll help with the crow's feet and also firming the neck and eye area. This is actually one of my favorite eye creams because I have like really hollow eyes and I like using a thicker cream on my eye area to help with the hollowness. So because it's thicker, so that's why I really like it. Okay. So after you apply the eye cream for your end of the treatment, we're going to use the Hydrolytic Day Cream from Botoderm, which is a really nice product for anti-aging. Botoderm is also one of our original product lines. It is a peptide based line, so it really helps with like really deep wrinkles, loss of elasticity. This product actually has our Argireline, so it actually helps with the fine lines and wrinkles on contact when you apply it, but the results are still cumulative, so that the more your client uses it, the more results, you know, they're going to see for their deep wrinkles and firming. And there's also SPF 24. So it does give some protection, but in your peel treatment, you can apply an SPF 30 over it. Someone in my treatment room keeps using up the Hydrolytic Day Cream. I don't think I have any left in here. And also, so typically after I performed a chemical peel, I recommend the client not really to wash their skin or to do anything for at least 24 hours, just because the skin is a little bit more sensitive, but also you want the peel to get its full effect. So they shouldn't wash their skin until the next day. That's what I typically recommend. Were there any other questions about the peels?
Anyone have any other questions about the procedure, about the peels that Shira offers? I think everyone's good.
I can tell you that my skin feels really soft right now.
Mine too.
So I will send you the recording, correct, after the
We have the
session.
recording.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah.
Yes,
we're
we've been
recording. Okay,
recording
cool.
the entire class.
Okay.
Monica says she loves it and her skin looks beautiful. That's great,
Glad
Monica.
you liked it. And again, if any of you are a little bit red, that's normal. By the next day, it should go down. I'm a little bit flushed, but I'll stay that way until the next day, which is normal for me. But you can relay that.
Just once again, the coupon code is PEEL, and it's actually good for all of Sheer Organic, Sheer Radiance, Sheer Botoderm. There was one other. Oh, and Sheer Chamomile. So that code is just PEEL if you want to try anything. And if anything's out of stock, I think most of it's in stock, but if anything you want to try is you can just put it in comments and we will send it free to you and extend the discount when it becomes available. I'm glad everyone loves it. Any other questions? Well, look forward to peeling in the next 3 or 4 days. I
I'll take
am.
it. Wear sunscreen also every day.
All the prices, can you send me the prices of the peelings? When you created an account on our website to sign up, it's all there. Every price will be available for you. Just CaliforniaSkincareSupply.com. You can click brands and then all of Shira will come up. How long is this treatment? It probably, I would schedule about an hour, correct, Jordana?
Yeah, so you could schedule an hour, but you can also do an express treatment too, between like 30 to 40 minutes. Like some people do a lunchtime facial, even though it's a peel. So you can do it either way. But if you want to have like the full-on luxury spa experience, definitely an hour is a good amount of time.
Okay, and yes, I will share the PowerPoint and the recording. Jordana, you can send me the PowerPoint. I have the recording, so we'll send that. What's the normal price that estheticians are charging for the Power Peel?
So if you wanted to just add it on to a facial, I would charge an extra $40 to $50. But if you wanted to do either an express treatment or even just like a full hour of the peel, I would charge, you can charge from 100 to 150, but I would typically charge 120.
Okay, perfect. And how often can a client come in for this program? Is it every 5 weeks? Can you do these peels, this particular peel in a series?
Yeah, so definitely you want to have your client do a series of the treatment. So I typically recommend 3 to 4 weeks apart for 4 to 5 sessions.
Perfect. Any other questions? To save time, which of these after peel care products would you use? Can we do 1 and 2 and skip the rest?
If you wanted to recommend just 2 products, based on the ones that we have in this kit, definitely the Ester Seed Brightening Serum and the Hydrolytic Day Cream. But in general, for a peel post kit, I would recommend the hyaluronic acid and a moisturizer. Was that the question?
I believe so, but for home care, I would recommend if they're peeling that you include the travel size algae gel.
Yeah.
Because that will take down any irritation, and they don't have to remove it. They can just apply it anytime they're feeling irritated or red, and it also won't slow down the peeling process because it's not occlusive. So this product, Shira has the most amazing cute little travel sizes, and you can put a series of those travel sizes together to actually create a home peel post peel kit for your client. And I would definitely include this one, and you also need this one in your back bar for sure.
And one thing I do recommend as well in general, that when you do a series of treatments, to include the cost of a post peel kit into the cost of the treatment. So that way that they're going home with the correct home care product too, to help the skin. So I like to recommend that too.
Especially in a series.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect. Any other questions? Well, I hope everyone's skin feels as great as mine does. And I'm looking forward to peeling a little bit coming out of It feels like spring here already. Our trees are already blooming. So
Really?
hopefully we get a little bit more rain in California. But I'm glad everyone likes it, and perfect. Thanks so much,
Seeing everybody.
Jordana.
Yeah, nice seeing you.
Yeah.
It was nice seeing everybody. Thanks for coming again.
Take care.
Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.